what inspired me to start the company. I think I looked at the products that were already out there on the market and I thought that I could make something that was better and that was constantly evolving. You see these vehicles that are listed as being off-grid or can do X, Y, and Z, and then after 1 or 2 days, they're back on a site and they're back doing the normal things kind of and not fully off-grid travel. So I think the thing that inspired me was being able to create a product that truly said what it did on the box, basically. When I was at university, I built my first van, and that was just on the driveway at my parents' house. So it started from nothing, basically, and then finished the van, absolutely loved the process, loved the journey throughout. Went traveling, met people on the way, and then kind of stayed in contact with them. A lot of them were kind of a bit older than me, so it was a little bit more tricky. Came back, finished my studies, graduated, kind of the whole normal 9-to-5 thing. Went down, worked in London as a design engineer and kind of realised corporate life wasn't necessarily for me.
I originally designed his logo. When he first started up, I took pictures of his first van and we went out in the countryside and we liked similar music and similar interests and we just hit it from there.
So we've gone from the driveway to a small unit to a bigger unit to the one that we're in now, and I think we're almost at the limit of where we are now, which is kind of crazy.
The Crozier Campers brand is very simple. It's true to itself, from the branding itself, the logo, the photography, the videos. It's very sleek, and we want that to communicate the build itself, which is built on like quality and craftsmanship. When they see one, we really want them to like pretty much say that that's cool as fuck.
So when we first talk with a customer, it's about learning what they want a van for, what their adventures are going to look like, getting as much information as possible from them so that we can make sure that what we do for them is perfect. The whole stage is from first inquiry all the way to handover is about communication. From the start, we're super clear with the budget side of things and timelines.
So when we design a van, we look at taking the vision of what the customer has in their mind, and we sit down and we have a design meeting with the customer.
When we kind of dig into it and we speak to customers more about their lifestyle, so whether they have dogs, whether they have kids, whether they do a certain sport or they have an outdoor lifestyle, a lot of that dictates the design. So during those initial consultations, it's super, super important that we kind of go over those finer details.
Kind of run them through what we offer. We like to incorporate everything and maximise the space that we're given, whether that be long wheelbase, mid wheelbase, extra long wheelbase van, just to give them the comfort they need really and the storage they want in the van, because there's a lot of stuff you obviously take when you go, so it's good to give them as much as possible.
We've had so many customers who come in and they go, I'd absolutely love this layout, and then 1 or 2 design meetings in, they go, actually that's not going to work for me.
So when a client asks us for something unusual, it's quite strange quite often, because we're usually ahead of our clients when it comes to new ideas and new concepts. So although they think they're asking for something new, we've usually been testing it for months in advance anyway, so we're comfortable putting it into the vehicle.
So you could have somebody who lives in the van full time, works in the van, so they need great internet connection, needs to be off-grid all the time, they can't be reliant on sites and water and electric hookup and things like that. But then you get the more extreme off-grid, which is somebody who's going to travel Africa or go do an Arctic expedition. So it means different to every customer, but I guess we kind of speak to that customer and the whole van is designed around their lifestyle and their travel and things like that. Because I think one of the things that's really important to me as a company is that we focus a lot on when the customers initially come in, it's about speaking to them.
We make sure that we understand them in as much detail as possible. During the build and the design process, all about communication. We just keep talking to them through the entire process.
We can kind of give them our professional and my personal experience from living and travelling in vans for over 10 years to kind of be able to say, this is what we think is best. But at the end of the day, it's the customer's decision, but we just try and guide them in that process.
So we use CNC machines, 3D printers, laser engravers. Most of our furniture is designed on CAD, and then we're able to input that into the CNC machine, which will give us pinpoint measurements and cutouts to be able to fit into the vans in any space possible. So with the CAD design, we've mapped out these vans to the millimetre of the length, the height and the width. So everything we incorporate into the van is to the millimetre. And we always do a lot of R&D before, so we'll run test stuff just to make sure it's perfectly right every time. We've just, with our Beyond 2C that we've just brought out, we start with from the floor up basically. So we look at the space we've got, and then we look at what the customer would require. So we like to normally try and give a good bed size. So in the 2C now we've implemented a 1-to-1 ratio bed which slides out, which is pretty cool, nice little feature. But it's also nice to have a full-size kitchen. So we always look at giving everything possible to make the vans comfortable. So all the materials we use are tried and tested in every way possible.
We have very clever techniques of using, like for instance, jointing techniques that allow us to use quality materials with lightweight materials, and that's how we maintain the weight within the vehicle. So we take an empty van, usually a Mercedes in our case, and we turn it into a beautiful home on wheels. My job as a coach builder is to take the designer's concepts and turn them into reality. So the whole ethos of the company is to be the best in this industry. So we work very hard on the design and testing and making sure that everything in the van is perfect all the time.
So I got into electrical systems because I've always been interested in engineering, and my background is in automotive, so cars. So the main thing when designing electrical systems is safety, but everyone is different, so it has to meet the customer's needs. Once we've got the safety sorted, then it's reliability in an off-grid environment, because vans are obviously always moving, and so everything has to be really secure so that it's reliable. But another thing which makes the systems really reliable and trustworthy and safe is that we stick with like core brands. So for the electrical components, we stick with Victron, and it just helps us we trust the product to give to a customer that they're going to have a good experience with it. So most recently we've moved heating systems over to the new Aldi 4000D, and it's a really good system. It's really modular. Yeah, we can adapt the system to have everything we want, so radiators, underfloor heating, and yeah, it just works really well. At the end of each build there's a week which is dedicated just for testing, and in this week there's a few of us involved. We have check sheets, we have to go through fixed points and sign everything off, and it just makes sure that we've checked everything, we know everything works, and we're just really happy with it. When we're testing, we're putting things through real world sort of scenarios. So we will have the heating on, full blast. We'll run electrical loads through it as much as we can, so that when the customer gets it, it's already been in all these scenarios that they're going to put it through. And I live off grid all year round in a narrowboat, and so these real world experiences give me an insight into what's actually required, and it helps me to design products and systems that will improve a customer's day-to-day life when they're living off grid.
Yeah, I wish people could see the hours that go into even designing the smallest detail that goes into a vehicle. It goes through hours of testing and hours of design before it's even allowed into a vehicle.
To help coordinate all the builds we have going on at one time, we have digital platforms that we use, so production schedules and things like that. But the most important element for us is communication. So if anything was to slip production-wise, or we had any delays of any kind, the best thing that we can do is always stay calm. So we can rejig things in a way that makes sure that the overall build for a customer isn't affected. So when we get a van prepared for a handover, the quality checks that we do are for the entire van top to bottom. Our number one priority is always making sure that the vehicle that leaves us for the customer is absolutely perfect. A good handover day for us is nice, calm and organised. We make sure that the van is spotless, all the paperwork's ready, everything that the customer will need is ready to take the van away. The most exciting thing about the day is seeing the joy on the customer's face.
And I always try and push people to not see the van, so that the minute they see the van, it's kind of that wow, that big moment of the unveil, so to speak.
When somebody opens that van for the first time and looks inside, that just makes it all worthwhile.
We get some customers who cry, we get some customers who kind of get a bit overwhelmed and things like that.
It's a really proud moment for everyone here, so everyone in the workshop, all of us in the office, to get to see what you've built and what that means for a customer and the excitement that they bring to it is a really proud moment for everyone that works here, that's for sure. After handover, it's by no means the end of the relationship between us and the customer. Every build that we do, we want to improve on from the last one. We always talk to them after the build. We like to ask for photos, videos, where they've been, what adventures they've been on.
And we say that for the next couple of weeks, if you have any questions, no matter how silly they are, we're only ever a phone call away.
There's people out there that want to be a part of the brand. They don't necessarily have to have a van. Like they wear our merch, they have self-builds, they have builds from different manufacturers, but they still want to be a part of the brand, which is really cool.
Being part of Team Crozier is a great feeling. It's being part of the best. If you're going to build camper vans, then you want to build the best camper vans. For me, it's like a paid hobby.
When customers come in and they say they love the branding and they've chosen us based on the branding and they want to be a part of that, it just makes me feel like I've done my job.
Every single customer that we have is so different from the last. We have different customers from all walks of life, so people who live in the van, people who travel full-time, people who go around the world and do big crazy expeditions. We have customers who just use their van every now and then on the weekend and they go up to the Lake District or they go up to Scotland, and then we get the real far out customers, so all walks of life really.
The most important thing for us, for customers to remember when they work with us and they take their van away for that first time, is that personal touch experience. For us, this is a really exciting journey that we go on together, and we want them to remember it as a really exciting journey, and in all their adventures to come, they can look back at that build and feel that excitement again.
If I had to capture the essence of Crozier Campers in one image, it would be based in the Lake District. There'll be a family, a dog, and just creating memories and using our van as a vessel to do that.
We get to meet people who have had huge life circumstances change, or they've had a health scare, or they've gone through an illness and things like that. And that's a real beauty in my job, is I get to meet people who inspire me on kind of a daily basis.
So I spend a lot of time in the Lake District, and I think my own personal experiences from that means that I understand what the customers are looking for when they're looking for a van. That sense of freedom, that love of the outdoors, that importance of being out there and getting out and doing the things that you love. Getting to do that for someone else is a really exciting thing. And I think because I value that so much in my life, I want to make sure that we can provide that to customers as well.